Hello, we hope you're enjoying the virtual event so far. Once again, welcome to Shop Talk Live and this breakout session covering Waterjets. It's fantastic to see so many of you joining us from all around the world, and we're pleased to have you all with us today and are excited to share valuable insights with you over the next 40 minutes. I'm Susan Lerner and I will be the speaker for this session. My role is Operations Director at Aquajet Machining Systems Limited, and we have partnered with Hypertherm Associates for 28 years. We serve the United Kingdom, Ireland and Iceland. In partnership with Hypertherm Associates, we have set the standard for service and support in the waterjet machine tool industry. All our technicians are trained to install, operate and maintain OMAX abrasive waterjet systems. But before we dive into today's content, let's take a moment to set the stage. Our breakout session is designed to be interactive, engaging, and most importantly, informative. We believe that the best sessions are those where your questions are answered and your concerns are addressed. So, we encourage you to participate actively throughout our session. We have multiple ways to ensure your questions get answered, and fortunately, some of you submitted insightful questions during registration, and this has helped shape today's content. So, thank you for your contributions. Additionally, you can ask questions through the chat feature during this session, and our dedicated team of assistants will monitor the chat and, towards the end of our session, we'll respond to both pre-submitted questions and those from the chat. Our goal is to cover as many queries as possible, though rest assured, in case we can't cover all of them during today's session, we will follow up afterwards. So once again, a really warm welcome to Waterjets. Abrasive waterjet cutting is an extremely versatile process, and during this session we will cover the merits of OMAX waterjets and hopefully give you a better understanding as to their flexibility in terms of the huge variety of materials and thicknesses that it can cope with, as well as their robustness, ease of use and efficiency. When someone looks at adding an abrasive waterjet to their business, there are many points to consider, such as the size of the machine and the operating requirements. Ultimately, though, it comes down to one thing: money. Whether saving it or making it, or a combination of the both, money is the dominant concern. With so many variables surrounding abrasive waterjet systems, it's easy for manufacturers to focus on just one aspect and paint that as the only variable of value. For example, stating that a pump is the fastest, while ignoring software or table hardware. From the beginning though, OMAX took a different approach, developing an integrated system where all components are designed from the ground up to work seamlessly together, with each subsystem optimised to maximise the performance of other subsystems. It's only when all three major systems, the pump, the table and the software, are all designed together to complement one another seamlessly, that maximum performance can be achieved. On the subject of software, we will start our next slide with a video, and it will show you how easy the IntelliMax software from OMAX is to use.
Abrasive waterjet cutting is a highly versatile process that can open up new possibilities. By understanding the technology, adopting existing drawings for different cutting methods becomes easy.
For this project, I wanted to take a drawing designed for woodworking and adapt it to metal on the waterjet. After downloading the file for a free woodworking bridge project, I imported the DXF into OMAX layout. Once there, I measured the rectangular hole dimensions for the press fits to determine the model's material thickness. I use that information to scale the drawings to the thickness of the material I wanted to use. I then modified the press fit joints. Wood press fits look a little bit more like a dovetail joint. For metal, these kinds of press fit joints are improved when they are tapered. I also modified some of the crossbars for a cleaner fit and modified the road width for a better fit, taking advantage of the stiffer characteristic of the metal. Finally, I added tabs to everything and nested all the parts close to one another, minimizing the material waste. To keep the model small, I designed the parts for the MaxJet 715 nozzle. The finished model stands without the need for adhesive. The total project time from redesigning to cutting the assembly was only a couple of hours.
If you have an interesting material or project and would like to see if an OMAX abrasive waterjet is the right solution, contact us today.
So, as you can see, the IntelliMax software suite gives you powerful control of your abrasive waterjet. It's in an easy-to-use interface. It includes Layout, which is a full-featured CAD package, Make, which is a state-of-the-art controller software with various utilities for the advanced user, and the OMAX Interactive Reference, which contains everything you need to know about your OMAX, with over 3,000 pages of help. Running on Windows 10, the OMAX IntelliMax software suite delivers extraordinary power and performance, while remaining intuitive and very easy to use. OMAX are constantly developing and adding new features to their software, and refining the complex models that predict the abrasive jet's behaviour under different conditions. It speeds up cutting, increases precision, and lowers operating cost by automatically optimizing the toolpath. The software comprises of IntelliMax Layout. This is the integrated CAD/CAM program for designing parts and turning them into toolpaths. Layout comes with all the basic CAD drawing tools. Also, IntelliMax Make, which is the most advanced abrasive waterjet control software available. Make uses OMAX's proprietary waterjet-specific cutting model to optimize the toolpath, control the nozzle motion, abrasive flow, and water pressure to create high-precision parts. IntelliCam is the easiest way to take 3D solid models and convert them into waterjet-ready toolpaths. Other features include IntelliEtch, where you can create 3D relief logos or designs in materials. It also has a parametric shape library, where you can access pre-made shapes for dog bones, flanges, gears, washers, and more. One of our university customers, UCLan, which is the University of Central Lancashire, carried out a case study with OMAX, which you can read on their website. They said that their engineering students realised they could design parts differently, knowing the capability of the waterjet machine. The students were able to redesign several of their parts and transition them from the time-consuming CNC machining to the easy-to-use Maxium abrasive waterjet. The intuitive design of the software makes it easier for UCLan to teach a large number of students how to use the abrasive waterjet, and as a result, students can quickly take the parts they've designed and then cut them out in the shop on the waterjet. Oftentimes, these parts require little or no further machining and are ready to be put in place, reducing the amount of time they spend waiting on experienced CNC machinists. Automatic height sensing is carried out by the terrain follower and this detects changes in a material's height and it automatically adjusts the required nozzle height, maintaining the necessary nozzle standoff to avoid collision with warped surfaces, whilst also protecting the nozzle and related hardware from damage. The continuous height compensation, coupled with collision detection, maximises machine uptime while maintaining high precision throughout the cutting process. Let's see it in action.
The Omax A-Jet cutting head with terrain follower can cut from 0 degrees to 60 degrees from vertical. It has a positional accuracy of 0.09 degrees. And the terrain follower feature allows it to follow warped material or material that has some variation and still maintain a good accurate bevel cut. It's ideal for shops that need to make, for example, weld prep bevels that want to be precise. At the same time, there's inevitable warpage in the material. This will follow that automatically and maintain a uniform standoff of the nozzle from the material and give a good, accurate, consistent bevel cut.
Another important feature is the IntelliTrax drive system, which is a patented system that is the most reliable motion control system in the waterjet industry. It's been exclusively designed and optimized for abrasive environments, and the IntelliTrax drive system has been specifically designed for abrasive waterjet applications. It has 3 key elements. The first is a drive mechanism that delivers a smooth, uniform motion with excellent control of velocity acceleration without excessive vibration. The second is a precision linear encoder, which offers a locating resolution of 1 micron to accurately determine location. And the third key element is an electronic feedback feed-forward system that links the IntelliTrax drives mechanism and linear encoder to provide extremely accurate positioning. The IntelliTrax drive system gives substantial benefits over other systems, which due to the nature of the abrasive used in the waterjet cutting process can suffer from wear and premature failure, which in turn can lead to loss of accuracy. This simply doesn't happen to the IntelliTrax system, making it a highly reliable and robust. An example of this is one of our customers has the 3rd machine which came off the Omax production line. This machine, which is nearly 30 years old, runs 24/7, cutting sample buttons from cast material. The customer recently upgraded it by adding some new accessories to extend its usable lifetime. Another of our customers is a stainless steel stock holder, and they never cut anything less than 70mm thick. Their Maxim 3060 is a machine also that runs 24/7 continually, with many of the cutting paths being in excess of 200 hours. Waterjet is an erosion process. Quite simply, waterjet cutting uses a fine stream of water at a high velocity and pressure, or with a mixture of water and abrasive garnet to go through the material you're trying to cut. It can cut a wide range of materials and thicknesses, including metals, composites, glass and plastics, and much, much more. In fact, it's much easier to answer what materials can't be cut with a waterjet. An abrasive waterjet can cut virtually anything, but we do not recommend cutting tempered glass because it will probably shatter. Setup for cutting jobs on abrasive waterjets is quick and easy. You simply tell the software what material you're cutting from the inbuilt library, the thickness of the material, and the edge quality that you're looking for, allowing you to change rapidly from cutting one material to the next. The IntelliMax Make Generation 4 cutting model, having great delivery of hydraulic horsepower, is meaningless if it is not effectively used, and the IntelliMax software steps up to ensure that horsepower is properly utilised. Omax built its IntelliMax software suite to model the performance of its hardware, so it could control every aspect of a cut. Rather than just maximising the feeds and speeds that dominate the approach to part programming on other waterjets, Omax software focuses on cut quality and assign the correct feeds and speeds to achieve it, creating thousands of instructions per inch of cutting path in a patented process. To this day, those capabilities remain unique among abrasive waterjet control software. And to highlight the leap forward in the cutting model, I'll give you an example. If you see the gears below, the 8-toothed gear shape cut from 25mm stainless steel. The first generation of Omax software could cut 26 inches in 30 minutes. The third generation achieved another 3 inches of a 9-tooth gear in the same amount of time. But leaping forward to its fourth generation, the software could cut 64 inches of a 20-tooth gear in that half hour, using the same pump and garnet flow rate as the previous software generations, thus highlighting the importance of Omax's investment in software, which has proven to be a game changer in productivity. The fourth generation IntelliMax cutting model, built into the controller, creates the fastest possible cutting solution, resulting in significantly more output in the same amount of time, giving Omax customers a competitive advantage. EnduramaX direct drive pump technology. The abrasive waterjet pump is there to do one thing, and that's convert electric motor horsepower into hydraulic nozzle horsepower. There are many ways that this can be done, but the key is not just to create nozzle horsepower, but create it as efficiently as possible in order to avoid wasting electrical power. Omax does this with their direct drive pumps. These pumps are the most efficient in the industry, converting 90% of the input electricity into hydraulic horsepower at the nozzle. On top of that, because it is a direct drive pump, no additional power is needed to cool an extensive hydraulic system, as you need with an intensifier pump. Similarly, by running at 60,000 psi, the Omax pump reduces maintenance by limiting ultra-high pressure fatigue throughout the system. Engineered for optimal efficiency, this translates into less energy usage, faster cutting speed per unit of input power, and lower cost per finished part than other pump technologies. It has the flexibility to vary the motor RPM to cover both low and high pressure operation. And the pump's simple design with a minimum footprint makes it easy to install and maintain, while its eco-friendly design provides quiet and clean operation. The rapid water level control is an easy-to-use in-tank pneumatic system that enables you to quickly raise and lower the water level in your catcher tank for underwater cutting. This system from Omax allows you to cut under a thin layer of water, reducing the noise level to that of most machine tools and keeping the abrasive particles in the water, not in the air. Underwater cutting has many benefits: reducing garnet and water splash, and minimising frosting on finished parts, whilst also lowering noise levels to approximately 76 decibels. A waterjet cutting underwater can be placed anywhere that you'd place a conventional machine tool.
Here are features and upgrades on the new Optimax Abrasive Waterjet. Building upon the current generation of IntelliMax software, the new and improved user interface for layout and make is ready on the Optimax Waterjet. The intuitive and redesigned functional icons make it even easier to rapidly learn and use the Omax software. The user can automatically enable the calibration of the MATO, motorized adjustable dump orifice, and pressure monitoring to achieve the commanded pressure. This minimizes the dependency on the operator to manually monitor and adjust the pump settings. Auto homing with the magnetic tape along the X and Y rails allows for faster calibration and squaring to maximize cutting time. This homing routine, paired with the IntelliTrack's linear encoder feedback loop, eliminates the need to frequently rehome the system, optimizing uptime. The new redesigned mini hopper for the Optimax has improved ease of use now with the IntelliMax Make software. If a nozzle clog occurs, the automated air sweep routine within Make purges the nozzle and abrasive feed line with air and water to clear the clog. This automated process eliminates the need to disassemble the nozzle and mini hopper, reducing downtime. New IntelliVisor console provides extensive system monitoring and feedback to alert operators of alerts or faults in real-time monitoring of temperature, pressure, utilization, and other system data about the status of the Optimax. Maintenance and event tracking in hours or cycles enables proactive maintenance planning and can be viewed on the Optimax or viewed separately on another Windows computer. Available in sizes 30 to 50 horsepower, the next generation of the EnduraMax direct drive pump incorporates several key features to optimize pump operation. Removable covers to increase accessibility for maintenance, and maintenance item placement at the front and top of the pump ensures easy access and quick replacement of service parts for fast return to cutting. The MATO, motorized adjustable dump orifice, is automatically monitored and adjusted to ensure actual pressure matches commanded pressure. All EnduraMax functions are now controlled through the software, and intuitive automated systems built into the software allow for more insight into pump functionality and production. Building upon the success of the AJet multi-axis cutting head, the new VersaJet is a completely software-controlled multi-axis cutting head upgrade that greatly expands the versatility of the Optimax. In addition to the 0 to 60 degree cutting range for cutting beveled edges, angled sides, countersinks, and complex 3D shapes, the VersaJet is capable of automatic taper compensation to virtually eliminate taper on finished parts. With its inherent high level of positioning accuracy, the VersaJet can cut parts that don't require secondary finishing, significantly reducing part production time. In situations when during a cut, a slug catches the cutting head, machine operation would have to stop to clean out the abrasive line and hopper. With the redesigned mini hopper on the Optimax, the automated air sweep was incorporated to increase ease of use and decrease downtime. First, a fluid diverter at the bottom of the hopper directs water away from the abrasive in a nozzle clog situation. Second, if a clog does occur in the nozzle, an automated feature within IntelliMax software purges the nozzle and abrasive feed line with air and water to remove the clog. This automated process eliminates the need to disassemble the nozzle and mini hopper, reducing downtime.
The OMAX Rapid Water Level Control is an easy-to-use in-tank pneumatic system that enables you to quickly raise and lower the water level for underwater cutting. System control is conveniently located near the controller side of the Waterjet for easy access. Air dome has been moved to the opposite end of the catcher tank. With water level control, noise level is lowered to 76 decibels, reduce garnet and water splash, and minimize frosting on finished parts.
So, as you can see, the new features on the Optimax represent the pinnacle of 3 decades of engineering, expertise and experience. With innovations such as IntelliTrax, the high-precision traction drive technology designed for maximum accuracy and minimal maintenance, IntelliMax software that enhances automation capabilities while remaining easy to use, and the EnduramaX pumps that feature a simple yet robust design specifically engineered to simplify maintenance while maximising nozzle horsepower. The OMAX Optimax expands the possibilities of waterjet machining, resulting in the world's most accurate waterjet designed for maximum uptime in any manufacturing environment. It is designed for manufacturers in need of a versatile, easy-to-use cutting system to increase the capability and efficiency of their operation. The Optimax offers intuitive software, optimized cutting power, and enhanced automation to maximize uptime, quickly turning prints into parts. It has enhanced automation for system control and monitoring, which reduces dependency on skilled labor to achieve the desired cutting outcomes. IntelliVisor console with key metrics provides extensive system monitoring and feedback to guide operators, minimizing the need for skilled operators and helping to optimize operations. The next generation of EnduramaX direct drive pump automatically sets the correct pressure and minimizes fluctuations to improve component life, extend maintenance intervals, and deliver expected outcomes. OMAX are the leading global total solutions provider in advanced abrasive waterjet systems. OMAX engineers continue to innovate technology for abrasive waterjet machining, from proven fourth-generation cutting models, efficient pump designs, to cutting-edge drive systems with micron-level accuracy. With the largest abrasive waterjet support network in the world, OMAX continues to shape the future of waterjets. Well, it's been great to see all the questions that have come in, both during the registration process and throughout this session. As shared at the start, we will do our very best to get the questions addressed either now, via the chat, or afterwards. Though rest assured, we will get back to you. To get us started, a question that has come in multiple times is, what thickness of material can it cut through? Well, the high-level answer to this question is that abrasive waterjets can cut through 12 inches of most materials. Many of our customers report cutting material even thicker than this. Most abrasive waterjet cutting, however, is done in material that is 3 inches thick or less. Cutting thicker than this usually reduces the tolerance that can be maintained and significantly increases the amount of time to cut a part. Another one is, what is service and support like? Well, Aquajet provide customers with unlimited free telephone, email and video calling support. In addition, customers are given free access to the OMAC support site, which contains a wealth of information and training materials and aids, including manuals, guides, videos, and webinars. OMAC's training materials contain detailed step-by-step instructions for performing tasks related to operation and maintenance of the OMAC's abrasive jet systems. They're designed to be used on demand when you need them, and these instructional materials provide you information to be self-sufficient in operating and maintaining your equipment, so can be used out of hours when Aquajet or OMACs are closed. What are the benefits of waterjet cutting? Well, waterjet cutting is highly flexible in the materials that it can cut, the thickness of materials, and the very fast setup. It's also a cold process, so it doesn't affect the material properties as there is no heat affected zones. So it means you'll have no issues with secondary machining that you may wish to carry out. Also, no harmful vapours are emitted with abrasive waterjet cutting. And it's very easy to use for any level of operator. What file formats can be imported into the software? The OMAC's IntelliMax software suite features the broadest file support in abrasive waterjet software. Over 90 file formats are supported, from standard 2D DXF files to advanced 3D shapes. IntelliMax can import from all major CAD/CAM and artistic drawing programs, including SolidWorks and AutoCAD, so it also allows you to use your existing workflow. Right, the next one is it possible to see a machine working? Yes, basically. If you're in the UK, you're more than welcome to visit Aquajet, where we have 4 OMAC's waterjet machines on demonstration. So to arrange, either give us a call or send a request via the website or Shop Talk. Myself and the Aquajet team would love to see you, and we can also include tea and biscuits. Alternatively, if you're based outside the UK, please make contact with your local OMAC's authorised partner. Right, next. How fast is a waterjet? Right, cutting speed for abrasive waterjets is affected by multiple factors. These include material types, material thicknesses, the desired edge quality, and part geometry. Pump power, pump horsepower, and obviously a lot more. So compared to other cutting processes that are out there, abrasive waterjets can cut probably 5 to 10 times faster than wire EDM when cutting material less than 1 inch thick. They're not generally as fast as plasma and laser cutters, but you can cut all thicknesses of materials. What we can do is we can run a free time and cost analysis of your part and specific material type and thickness on an OMAC's machine, and we can do that so you can work out if waterjets can be used in your operations. So please connect with us, details for which are going to come up shortly. Sadly, we must conclude the Q&A part at this point, as we still have a few more slides to cover. Nevertheless, feel free to continue posting your questions in the chat, and we will come back to you as soon as possible. So thank you so much for your participation. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's session and found it quite informative. But before we wrap up, I'd like to emphasise that our commitment to connection doesn't end here. We are here to help you meet your business objectives, and you can easily connect with us by filling out the Get in Touch form accessible on the ShopTalk platform. In addition, there is a lot of knowledge waiting for you, from technology insights to online learning resources, and all sessions from today will get recorded and made accessible here. Also, we encourage you to check the Cutting Technology Centre, as there's a lot to explore in our brand new ShopTalk platform. So this is the exciting ShopTalk platform, where you can access virtual hands-on workshops, cutting demonstrations to learn new techniques, live discussions, online learning, and tips and tricks to streamline operations. And most importantly, it is where you can get in touch with us. So, as we come to the end of our session on Waterjets, I'd really like to thank you for your active participation. Your questions, insights, and eagerness to learn and connect are what make these events truly special. All these sessions will be recorded and emailed to you once available. However, please feel free to get in touch with us if you have any questions, if you have an application you would like to discuss, or if you would like some sample parts cutting. We can even carry out part timings for you to assess the suitability of Waterjet for your cutting needs. Thank you once again for being a part of today's session, and now it's time to return to the main session. As this will happen automatically, there is nothing to worry about. Please enjoy the rest of ShopTalk Live programme for today, and let's keep the conversations going.